And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? What have you been up to? How was your weekend? Mine was shit. Yeah, not a great one. Ended up getting screwed around by a bunch of incompetent shop workers for hours and hours and hours and hours, and then got made to feel like somehow it was my fault that they hadn't bothered to do the thing that I asked them to do. Yeah, so that was incredibly good fun. Other than that, well, because it took all fucking weekend, I haven't done anything. So I'm kind of salty about it. I'm continued to be salty about it. But hopefully other people have had better weekends. I might go into the story in a bit, but yeah. Good day, terrible people. Are we there yet? Yeah, it is what it is. If there's anybody new here, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Terrible. These are awful. People turn up. I love it when they turn up and they go, "Oh, I finally got to a stream. I got to the live version of the stream." It's like, yeah, it's not better. The fact that people watch these, there's about 100 or so people who tend to turn up during the live stream itself, and then they'll get like between 2,000 and 4,000 views, and I still don't know why. Like, if anybody's here who watches them like after the fact, what do you get out of it? Is it just sleepy noise? That's the only thing that I can possibly think of value for these, because that's like a whole thing in YouTube now. The sleepy noise viewer, people who just fall asleep watching YouTube, are like the best demographic, even though they're the worst demographic because they're fucking asleep. Like, in terms of the advertisers, they can't possibly be happy about that. I'm not going to be happy that you're showing fucking thousands of dollars worth of ads to, well, it's probably, say thousands. Christ knows how much, millions of dollars worth of ads to people who literally can't even see them. Masturbation noise depends on which kind. Is it fapsturbation? Or is it crapst? No. Ted says, "Be excellent and party on, sick dudes." He does say that. That's the exact words from the film. It's weird. That's the best compliment you can give someone. Your videos send me to sleep. Is it?
I fall asleep to people talking all the time. It's like having sort of a social conversation, so it makes me tired.
Mm. Yeah, the amount of times I'll look over and Mrs. Sick will be fast asleep watching a 4-hour stream of... You watch a guy called Impulsive. She watches Markiplier because she's normie. Your smexy voice gets the wife's motor running. I mean, oh no. My primary urge was to say something potentially quite mean, and I held it back. I'm a good person, honest. Surely only people not seeing ads would use it to go to sleep. Ads allowed. I mean, maybe, but if you're fast to fucking sleep, like, some people can sleep through goddamn anything.
Hello.
I mean, that used to be true. You're less capable now. Also, whenever I move around the bedroom at night, I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure the universe's volume gets turned up. That's the only way I can explain it. I know what it is. You don't have to explain what it is. It's very, very quiet, so now quiet things sound loud. I get that. But how it feels is that it's wrong, and that the universe has just made everything infinitely louder. The urge to tell a fucking chair to shut up. If you were a space marine, what legion would you be part of? I don't know. I don't know anything about space marines. I have a funny feeling that they might not even be real, but don't quote me on that. People watch Markiplier? Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Unironically. Oh, that's not fair. He's all right.
He's attractive. He has baritone. He's funny.
It's the voice. That's all she gets out of it. She
And
likes
he
people with
plays
deep
games,
voices.
which I like. So it's like a full package.
The deafening sensation of being in quiet. I find it very hard to sleep without a fan or something on. I think part of that is because when it is completely silent, because everything becomes so much louder. Who is Markiplier? I think it's just people fucking spelling it wrong. What's a Markiplier? Yeah, like I now basically leave a fan on all the time to make sure that there's a fan on when I go to sleep, because if our general night routine is that I play a game on our TV in our bedroom, usually either something with like relaxing wandering around music or something with lots and lots of talking, and that will help Mrs. Sick get to sleep. But as soon as I turn it off, she stirs, and if it's completely silent in here, it is the silence is deafening kind of thing happens. So at least if there's like a fan on, there's a bit of noise, and the noise helps me sleep as well. I usually listen to podcasts.
I don't know. When I stir, I don't remember doing it.
I know, but sometimes it wakes you up, and then you get really fucking arsey that you've woken up and you don't go back to sleep. So I have to get you back to sleep again. So that's like a whole
That's
game.
very rare, though.
It's common enough that I don't want it to happen.
I don't know. Most of the time, it's like, "Oh yeah, you said this thing last night," and I was like, "Was I in the middle of falling asleep?"
Bear in mind,
I have no idea.
It's very rare because I make sure that it's very rare. I work very hard to make sure that you don't wake up again. Otherwise, yeah, it can be very difficult to get you back to sleep when you've been woken up from sleep.
Yeah, I'm very well aware of that. It's annoying.
I have hearing damage from being in a metal band in the 80s. Audiobooks help with sleep. Fair enough. You probably should not set off firecrackers when you turn off the TV. That's a fair and justifiably smart point. I listen to tavern music. Are we talking like fucking people playing
like bardcore?
Yeah. Because I can kind of see that like a quiet background taverny music.
The one that I like, it's muffled TV noises.
Yeah,
that really helps put me. It's just like and then it's like people cheering, like muffled cheering, like it's a game show or some shit.
I remember as a kid I would fall asleep watching the TV, and there'd be a point at which I knew I was falling asleep, where it sounded like the TV was getting further and further away from me.
Do the Clint sleep okay?
On and off.
On and off, yeah.
Sometimes they sleep great, sometimes they don't. They have a very strong routine.
Yeah, we've had a very strict routine since they were babies. So.
Yeah, we like this whole idea of like unlimited bedtime is just completely ridiculous. It's going to do them no favors. To just let them stay up until midnight. The friends they have that do that at school are always fucking knackered. And the kids have enough issues with being tired from sort of more medically things.
Friends in quotes.
Yeah. The people they know, they're friends, come on. It's hard enough to sleep, to get enough sleep.
For your kids' uni fund or restocking the whiskey room. Oh, I wonder which one.
I mean, if we get the kids into uni, then I can have a whiskey room.
It does depend if they want to go to uni or not. They do have aspirations, but school is very stressful for them.
Yeah. We're hoping they're moving into big school soon, and some of the things that are set in place should be hopefully more helpful for their needs. A mechanical white noise machine is the best $60 I ever spent. Yeah, but it doesn't blow air onto you. But yeah,
We have fans constantly going in the house.
yeah, has to be, because otherwise I won't sleep.
Yeah, but you just leave them on even if you're not in the room. It annoys me.
I know it annoys you. Turn it off.
I do, and it annoys me.
It annoys me when I come in and my fans have been turned off. So you know. Do you plan on doing any videos on the final experiment, or does Creaky have it covered well enough? It's less about Creaky having it covered and more that I just haven't seen anything worth covering on it. Like, I just kind of don't care. I'm also concerned because I've spoken to Creaky a few times, and I know that he gets really, really burnt out on Flat Earth content. And if you go and check, he has done at least like 11 or 12 videos on it reasonably recently. And I'm waiting for the penny to drop and that he just completely fucking loses his mind and gets just fucking hates Flat Earth. It's doing well for him at the moment, but I just hope it keeps doing well. Otherwise, he's probably going to lose his fucking mind on it. Because, yeah, there's a reason that I don't cover the same topic week after week. I only cover Flat Earth once a month, and that's like a hard rule. Relative fans in every room. You really need to set other boundaries with this terrible people. Yeah, I just get them in, get palm leaves.
And then blow air in your face.
You're going to go at me. It's wonderful. Wait till they decide if they want to go to uni. If you want to save up, they don't want to go, you have money for a whiskey room or a whiskey pool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, saving up is not super duper an option for that kind of thing because we don't have that much money. Not rich. Despite what they might have you think, YouTubers aren't rich. I earn like a grown up enough amount of money, but it's not like a lot. So yeah, we'll see about that. There are other ways and means to get higher education anyway, especially when you're going straight into it. My god, the white noise on old TVs after programming ended. It turns out that was cosmic background radiation. I had something like that, yeah. And then they fixed it and have a big blue screen that blinds you when you wake up to it. Flat Earthers are truly obnoxious. I can't watch their videos without a filter. And I study political paranoia. I do enjoy the comments on their videos. They can be very interesting, especially the people who fucking believe it. It's just wild, especially how arrogant they are. They're just so fucking convinced at how clever they are. Did you ever consider trading whiskey? Mine is a bit too smoky, which is weird because when I started the bottle, the smoke was less bitter, but now it's too much. I don't know what you mean. Can't sleep with any noise in the room. It's too distracting. I'd go nuts. I can't sleep with a clock in the room.
No, clocks are horrible to sleep with. Oh, no.
Slept in my grandparents' spare bedroom one time, and the ticking, it was like fucking torture.
Yeah.
I ended up burying the clock underneath a bunch of clothes.
That's what I do when I was at my grandma's. I put it in her drawer under loads of clothes.
That is point for point I mean, it is the thing to do. There'll be clothes drawers in there, and it's somewhere to put the fucking clock. But yeah, I don't get it. It's insane. If it's no one's fault, there's just no one to blame. Well, speaking of that, I'll tell you my little story from the weekend. I went on Saturday to a town that's a while away, but they had something I wanted, and I had stuff to sell. It's a company called CEX. They're pretty big. It's pronounced sex. It is very funny. It will never not be funny. And I have an old Steam Deck. I got the OLED one by trading in something else ages ago. And I was like, right, I need to get rid of it. And I want the PSVR 2 because they're releasing the little box so you can connect it to a PC. So it's suddenly like a decent value. A VR headset that works on the PlayStation and the PC. That sounds pretty fucking good. And I want it so I can start doing more exercise. And when me and Mrs. Sick play Beat Saber, if it's on the screen we're like way more into it with each other, and we like goad each other on to get better at it and do more.
We go at each other.
Yeah, and it's very encouraging. So I was like, this will be worth my time. This is a really good idea. I can get a bit of money for my old Steam Deck, and they have one in this town. It's in like new condition, ideal. Travel across on the Saturday because I had something to do. I had to go to the hospital because the hospital situation for us at the moment is wild. Like anything that's not hyper specific, anything that is hyper specific. That's what I mean. You have to go ages away, towns over, to this massive place. So I was like, I'm going to be there. This shop's there. I'll take it in. First time I went in, oh, we can't take it. You haven't got the fucking power plug. I was like, shit, that's my fault. Fucked it up. Whatever. Took it, left, went and did my hospital stuff, came home. And I was like, now I've done it. And I was like, that close. Fuck it. I thought, fuck it, I'll spend the money and I'll go back again. So I've already basically doubled the money I was going to spend on it, which is not keeping me in a super happy place. But I was like, but it'll get done. It's whatever. Go in, hand my shit over, and they're like, okay, yeah, this will take us about an hour and a half. You come back, we'll have tested it, and it'll get a rating and a value of money, and then you can spend that, you can use that to get what you want. Brilliant. I fucked off to a local pub, as I would, and I was bored out of my tits. I had some lunch, and then just sat there in this fucking pub. It's really big, and it was quite busy, but there was hardly anyone there. It was very strange. I know this doesn't make any sense. Like, there was loads of people, but it was so big that it felt empty. Anyway, that's
No, he behaved. He didn't have 12 whiskies. He had 10.
I had 2 drinks during that day. I had another one when I came home. But while I was, I had a drink while I was sat in there. The first time, fucking foreshadowing. Got to the time that they said they'd be done. I was like, brilliant. Had my food, feeling good. Walk up, and they're like, oh, yeah. So, is it up to date? I didn't twig anything yet. I was like, I'm not sure. They update them really, really regularly, which they do. I don't think so. Probably not. Oh, that'll probably take 20 minutes. I was like, oh, okay. You can come back tomorrow. And I was like, well, I don't want to come back tomorrow. It costs me money to come here. Like, this is not a cheap town to get to, but you have the thing I want. So, can you do it today? We still have time. You know, this was a couple of hours before they closed. So, this was Sunday. This was yesterday. So, I was like, I'll just go. I'm happy to wait. And they're like, oh, okay. We'll get it sorted and blah, blah, blah. Went back down to the pub, had another drink, waited around, was very bored. Came back, and they hadn't done it. And what hadn't occurred to me at the time is the reason they were asking me if it had been updated is that they hadn't fucking done anything yet. They hadn't started after an hour and a half of waiting, which they told me they would do, which it's not even like that they had to focus on it. Literally, all you have to do is turn it on, go to update, and update it. And it will take however long it takes. They had not done any of that. They hadn't even started. And I come back in, and they're like, oh, yeah, we tried to call you, but we didn't have your proper number. Yeah, it's not updating very fast because our Wi-Fi's bad, and excuses. And I was like, in my head, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You've been dicking me around for an hour, realizing that they obviously hadn't started, and feeling very fucking pissed off at this moment. And I was like, fine, whatever. Give it back before I lose my temper. Just give it back now. I was sharp. I didn't shout. I didn't do anything wild. I was just very frank. I want my stuff back. And one of their other members of staff was like, "No, you can't talk to us like that." It's like, excuse me, you've been wasting my time. I've wasted 3 hours here. And they went, "Oh, that's not our fault." Which I did not twig in that moment the correct response, which was, yes, it fucking is. You didn't start, and you made me wait an hour and a half and did nothing. And then you tried to do it. If you'd have told me on that first part, "Oh yeah, this is going to take way more. This is going to take like 3 hours," I would have been upset, but I would have been like upset for myself and not angry. But yeah, they hadn't fucking done anything. And now talking to me like I just asked to fuck their parents in front of them, and I feel like an asshole. And after a long fucking think about it and a talk with everyone, I've come to the conclusion that I probably didn't do anything wrong, and they are kind of assholes for treating me like that. Especially, I am 99% sure there wasn't a single apology involved. Not a, "Oh, sorry about that, mate. One tech guy in the back with a 2-day backlog." Well, that's fine if they tell you that. They did not tell me that. They gave me a time, and then they didn't start.
There were a bunch of kids dicking about, basically.
Yeah.
Because it was a Sunday, and it was quiet.
Yeah.
And they were just like, "Oh, let's doss around until end of shift and get paid for it."
If we choose not to take responsibility, it's not our fault, it's yours. Oof. Yeah, that's the other one. It's like, oh, like all the things that you want to say afterwards. 2020 clever rebuttal. Like, they said, "Oh, this isn't our fault." "Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have gotten upset. I didn't realise this was no one's fault." That fixes everything, you dick. Yeah. And like I said, I did not raise my voice. I didn't even swear. And as you may be able to fucking tell, I am a swearer. So, yeah, I felt pretty hard done by the whole situation. And I'm pretty fucking salty about it. I half expected to come home and, like, they'd be little bitches and fucking cancel my account or something. I don't know. That didn't happen. I think that was pure paranoia. But, yeah, it made me feel like shit. It made me feel like I had both wasted my time and that somehow it was my fault. And then they ripped to pieces online. I mean, this isn't going to do much. This isn't going to do anything, because I'm not going to say exactly where, and I'm not going to say I can't even be bothered to send, like, I've written out the thing because I had to, like, put it down so I could read it and see if I was going insane, and I seem pretty reasonable. Like, and here's what I'll say. Like, I could have reacted better. I could have not gotten upset by it. But it was a pretty upsetting situation. Like, that's an unreasonable ask, is to have someone not be upset when they've been dicked around for hours.
One of your big gripes is having your time wasted.
I hate having my time. I don't mind wasting my time. I hate having my time wasted by other people. If I'm at home doing fuck all, I'm perfectly happy with that, because that's my choice. When someone else's choices and, you know, ideas and what they've decided fucks me about and makes me waste time, that fucking drives me crazy. It's the same thing where if like someone else breaks one of my things, that drives me fucking insane. I had a friend who just was so careless with anything you lent them that I had to stop lending them things because it would drive me insane. And they couldn't wrap their head around the concept that other people's things have value. Why did you borrow it if you feel it has no value? Like, they literally said, I saw them fuck about with someone else's thing. And even that upset me. And they was like, this was the time of CDs. I think it was PlayStation games. And he would just, like, slam them down and, like, they would slide across surfaces. And I'm like, what are you fucking doing? You are the people that have just the scratchiest discs in the universe. And I said, do you want to treat that a little bit better? And he said, all right, why? It's not mine. I'm like, oh my God. I was not friends with them for much longer after that, because it's like, oh, you are actually like a serial killer. It's not my life. Might as well end it. Yeah. Time 3 hours, and their words to you. And you're a world famous YouTuber, so here we are. Yeah, I've never. I can't lie and say that in the back of my head that it doesn't go, oh, you should tell people things. I was like, but I don't, because A, I don't want random fucking people to know.
Yeah,
and,
your impulsive thoughts are really like...
My impulsive thoughts are like everything.
Yeah.
My impulsive thoughts are, you should throw Mrs. Sick into that river. I don't, because that would be bad. But my brain does it. My brain does everything. It's an ADHD symptom. If you find that you constantly want to like if you've got your phone in your hand and you desperately want to throw it in the bin, that's an impulsive thought, and you might have either ADHD or autism or both.
He has to tell me as well.
I love telling her because I want to see her face.
He's like, oh, I really wanted to slap you then. I'm like, why tell me these things?
Very rare, and usually you just attack me all the time. She constantly chops me.
Yeah, I chop
like
you.
Like karate chop. It's humiliating.
No, the humiliating one is when I get the urge to start wiggling your boobs.
Thanks.
You really don't like that one.
Sup, Yanis? Anyway, so with all of that and me being a big upset, sad person, I have a Steam Deck that I still haven't fucking managed to sell. So who wants to buy one? I'll sign it. You have to give me at least 300 quid for it. And like not be a bitch. I don't see, that's the thing. That's the whole point. I don't want to actually sell it. I don't want to put it on eBay. I know I would make more money. I know I would get more out of it, but it's such a fucking hassle. That's why I like CEX, because they take it, they test it, they go, yeah, it looks good, and then they give you the money. Or I tend to trade things. I trade things in so I can get just something else and decent value out of my stuff and have a new thing to play with. But it was supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be the easy choice. And that's a big part of why I was so fucking frustrated. It's like, it should be easy. It's supposed to be easy. The flying ants are out in Ireland today. Oh, fuck.
Oh, in like swarms. Ugh.
We have this, like, I think there's a hole in one of our walls that goes behind the trunking and then goes outside somewhere, because they get into our bedroom through a weird spot. Although, at one point, I just fucking raided the shit out of it, and they haven't returned. I can only assume that it made a barricade of corpses. It's the only thing I can think of. I also go outside, like, I've tried to find it. There's, like, quite a lot of grass outside the front. I can't find it anywhere. Love what you guys do. Look forward to more Spoon stuff. Don't we all? 10 bottles of whiskey plus shipping.
Fuck.
They just said they like it. They didn't say you have to do it right now or die.
It just takes... It's just effort.
So do you want to trade 10 bottles of whiskey plus shipping for a Steam Deck? It depends. If you get 10 bottles of the cheapest fucking whiskey, you're getting yourself a bit of a fucking bargain there. I think I prefer money. Flying ants. Swarms. The fuck? Yeah. Swarms of flying ants are a thing. They bite as well. Selling stuff for cash to shops is a surefire way to get ganked. Well, this is a big shop. Like, this is a national chain. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Buying things off of them is pretty good. This is one shop front. This is one shop front that was being staffed on a Sunday by kids.
Oh, something,
the only way
something
to put
I
it.
can talk about now.
What's that?
Did the ancient Egyptians make anything stronger than beer? Yes, they made wine.
I thought it was going to be, did the ancient Egyptians sell their Steam Decks to CEX? And how fucked did they get?
I'm not familiar if they actually made whiskey though. I know they do now, but I don't know if they did back then.
Well, whiskey is just a like a condensed beer. Like fortified wines, like just way stronger wines as fucking much as I can't fucking remember. It's been a long time since I was a professional seller of alcohol. But Be careful with the ants. I was bitten last week by 3 and they were angry. Very painful. Does it not hurt if they're happy? Prefer flying poo. What whiskey fire ants moving in. My God, that's just fucking terrifying. Earwigs can fly. Earwigs are just the worst looking critter. Aren't they just the most terrifying looking creature?
Well, they're like mini centipedes, aren't they?
But it's just that the back of them is like a claw as well.
Yeah,
which I don't even know.
It's for clinging on.
It's for clinging. It's for killing. Did they store them in the pyramids? Yeah, if you look at the side of a pyramid, there's actually a little tap. That's where you're supposed to get all your whiskey from. Sharks are on cocaine on the coast of Brazil because of people pissing in the water. I didn't know that much. That's a fucking massive waste of cocaine if it's just coming out of your piss. My God.
Did they store in the pyramids? Were the pyramids their bars? No. That's where they kept the spaceship, dumbass.
Of course. I heard somewhere there's a super colony of interconnected ant nests spanning the Mediterranean from Spain to Italy. If that's true, that's fucking horrifying. I know that there's fucking forests that are interconnected by basically mushrooms, which is kind of wild and it sounds made up, but it's like true. Why would God design a creature with a pair of pliers on its ass? I mean, make it big enough, it'd be quite a handy tool. Is this near Roger's giant dragon skeleton? Oh my God, someone gave me shit today. Oh, Roger made you look like a fool. It's like, I mean, are you sure about that? And again, Americans defeating British posh accents. I was like,
what?
I don't know. They're fucking morons.
What's that got to do with anything?
Roger fans, morons. Like, it's a fact. The humongous fungus.
And
fuck you.
And of course, yes, the British accent.
Yeah. I said, he does defeat me at being fucking stupid, but then again, he beats everyone. Posh? Well, that's the other one. Some people think I'm posh. Some people think I'm very posh.
You're not. No.
And then other people...
You don't have the tough accent.
I don't talk like this. Sir Sick, the Oxford elitist. It is funny though. I'll often hear people say that someone else has a posh accent, and they just fucking don't. But that is since I moved to the north, where there is no such thing as a posh accent.
Definitely not.
You both sound low rent. Thank you, John Smith, you little bitch.
This guy gets it.
You're posh by American standards. Like, when I'm... I don't know. When I'm very pissed off, I definitely don't sound posh. I sound fucking London. I'm like, watch it, you slag. Oh, speaking of London, who's been playing Fallout London? It's fucking great. That's been the highlight of the weekend. And it, like, just came out of nowhere. Well, it didn't come out of nowhere. We've been expecting it to come out. But Jesus Christ, it's really good. Ended up rebuying fucking Fallout 4 on GOG just to make it easy to install. And it was very good.
Despite all the crashes.
Would earwigs have a posh accent? I fucking hope not. I thought it was wasps that have posh accents.
I don't know. I thought earwigs were just... Most insects, I just imagine them screaming constantly.
I'm looking forward to playing it, though. Might wait for bug fixes. There are a few ways you can make it not crash all the time. I had a lot of crashing issues. Mrs. Zick had almost none, so it was very annoying.
I had 2.
And then it crashed twice and she stopped playing it. It crashed like 15 times for me and I kept trying. One of us is just more stubborn than the other in terms of that. But buff out 4, and there's another mod that makes the loading maybe faster, but I'm not sure. More testing required. But it's so good. It kicks the shit out of Starfield. My God. Starfield is just so provably trash when fans make a way better Bethesda-style RPG. I just started playing Fallout 4 and it's great. Fallout London is maybe a little bit better.
It definitely does have some issues, not just the crashes and stuff, but like the interface that you don't like.
It has its issues. It's not perfect, but the experience is really good. So yeah, Star Fox 64 kicks the shit out of Starfield. I mean, where's the lie? That's very true. I mean, there's more planets, more variety of planets to go to. I would imagine earwigs whisper in your ear, telling you dark secrets of the woods and primary school playground. That's horrifying. I don't want that. Posh sounds like someone speaking at you while they're undergoing a colonoscopy. I don't... What? That doesn't... That doesn't even make sense. Ew, I've got a pipe in my butthole.
I had a colonoscopy. All it was me just going, ow, that really hurts.
Preferred to chat with another friend that side of the Atlantic who was far from Prosh, though. A lot chattier. Depends on the people. Same engine, coding practices, you can hack those so easily. I mean, yeah, I suppose. Is accent in Fallout Posh? Not in Fallout London. In fact, there's a lot of Northerners in that fucking game. 300 squid. 300 squid what? 300 squid games? Oh, you're talking about the fucking Steam Deck. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't get it for much less than that, and it'll have a 250. No, I've got a spare 512. I put a 512 gig hard drive in it, and I even have a custom back that I might even install if you ask me nice. So I think that's pretty good, Nicker. That's good money. And I'd sign it. And if more than one people want it, then I'll do a bidding war. I might as well get something good out of this fucking weekend. I wasted enough money and time and fucking mental energy. I was so pissed off. I had to sit on a bench and just like...
In 50 years, all English-speaking accents will combine. What do you think it would sound like?
Nah!
Just merting each other.
Yeah. Nah. I'm English. Wah, bah, wah. There you go. Mm. I do Brit accents when I'm all alone. Me too.
Americans tend to relate to Northerners more because they sound more genuine for their language choices. What?
Okay. It'll sound like every adult in Peanuts.
I don't think a Northern accent is genuine.
There's maybe 300, but with squids instead of Spartans.
I'm not a fan of my accent because, hearing the neighbours talking, and I'm like, God, that's what I sound like.
Oh, it sounds like a fucking, I don't know, a baby rattle in a tumble dryer.
Oh God.
If you want to waste mental energy, watch Alex Hexagon. Atheism is a religion. Send it to me. I'm sure you know my email by now. Send it to me. Australian used to be considered the perfect English.
What? It makes sense Northerners would survive nuclear holocaust, considering that they live in the hospitable wasteland. Well, True. Yeah, but in London, Fallout London, everything beyond London is uninhabitable, apparently.
Yeah, so it's very accurate.
And the fact that most of the north has more green than any other place in the south.
I watched Fifth Element with an American. They were fascinated by what they called the pirate accent of the character played by the Bristol rapper Tricky. Which character is that? I don't recall anyone even having a remotely pirate accent. I'd be fascinated. I don't know. I'll have to look him up. Bristol rapper Tricky. What is it? Fucking. This is one of my favourite films as well. Fifth Element. I love The Fifth Element.
Yeah, it's a really good movie, yeah.
Images. Oh, right. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
I know who he is. Fucking pirate accent. He's just
Really?
fucking London as fuck.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
How's that pirate?
Because they're American and thus they don't know what a pirate sounds like.
To be honest, I had an American say that. I love your Australian accent.
Oh, I love your Australian accent. That's what you Americans sound like.
Definitely not.
Just so you know, there's every single one of you. That's my true feelings and not me just giving you all a hard time. I enjoy American English up to the 50s. Well, American English up until the 50s was very, very much, in movies, was trying to ape British theatre because they considered it like the height of class at the time. And then they just went, do you know, why don't we just talk like we fucking do? And, yeah. And I'm not going to lie, it's probably better for it. I really, really don't like it. I don't tend to like it when someone who's a non-native accent haver does a different accent. It can be very, very jarring.
You mean when American really tries to have a more British type accent?
Yeah. The shockingly least distracting was always Hugh Laurie as House.
Yeah, it is weird that he actually kind of...
In England, like, we were like, oh, fucking hell.
some British accent, like, actors, when they try to do an American accent, I'm like, what are you doing?
I almost always hate that. Fucking, the worst one for me.
Brad Pitt and his Irish accent, that was absolutely perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wasn't doing Irish.
He was doing a very amalgamated accent of nonsense. It was fine. It was so over the top.
Yeah, Gary Oldman's really good. I love Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Which, speaking of fucking Fifth Element, Hugh Laurie is very good at American. Yeah, and that what specifically they wanted a Bostonian. Like, that's the story anyway, is that they wanted someone, they didn't want someone doing an accent. And then they got some British guy, which is just fucking hilarious. People would say, like, they didn't realise that he was English, and then he just starts talking to them normally, and they're like, are we doing pretend that? I know they made a whole joke out of it in the thing as well, but that definitely happened. Like, people definitely didn't realise it. Went, oh, this dude's fucking English. What? When did that happen? Tom Holland. Tom Holland's pretty... Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And it's when it's not distracting. When it's distracting, then I hate it.
Yeah, it's usually you can tell when they're trying too hard.
Who's that famously fit British action star?
That does not help.
Who... Oh, he was in fucking Lock, Stock. He was one of the main characters in that. He was in Snatch. He's fucking...
You mean Jason Statham?
There you go. Jason Statham doing an American accent is a crime.
Yes. Yes.
It's a crime. I hate it.
That's
every time.
International crime.
And it is never, ever necessary. I've never seen a film with him doing an American accent where he needed to. He should just use his accent. Maybe talk a little bit less London-y, but fucking hell.
Sean Connery's a master of it, yeah.
There was a while where I really liked Jason Statham, but he became way fucking overdone, and I just kind of got sick of him. Vinnie Jones with an American accent, imagine. There is no point. Vinnie Jones needs to talk like Vinnie Jones, because then Vinnie Jones is very entertaining as an actor. Jason Statham is so boring. He plays a lot of boring characters. He's great when he's not playing a boring character. He's fantastic when he's playing a funny character.
Yeah. In Snatch, he's really good.
He's hilarious. It's like,
even Crank is pretty good in that.
And he plays an English person in Crank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really liked the movie Crank. It had a couple of sequels that were not as good, But the original Crank is like wild. Tomb of the Cybermen. Brit trying to sound American. People of culture will know. Jason Statham in Mean Machine was top Jason Statham. I'm trying to remember what Mean Machine. I don't know if I've seen it.
Is that the one that they were in prison?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's a Mean Machine is a British adaptation of The Longest Yard, which is I don't know if the original was called The Longest Yard, but that got remade by fucking the guy who always has all of his friends in his movies. Happy Gilmore actor, can't remember his name off the top of my head, but everybody knows who I mean. The Longest Kilometer. No, it means yard as in like a prison yard. Anyway, yeah, Mean Machine is that, I'm pretty sure, but British. Adam Sandler, there we go. Although fucking Terry Crews in the modern Longest Yard is fucking brilliant. Although not as good as he is in Idiocracy.
Thank you. I was about to say.
Perfect. That is like the best thing. Like, I really like that movie, and he somehow is the best thing in it.
Yeah.
It is fucking fantastic. Funny thing about accents, used to be a receptionist, and a call came through. I was forced to have the person spell what they wanted. It was sales. They were from Asia, moved to Texas. Okay? I mean, when someone comes up to you with an accent that you don't understand, it's fucking embarrassing, especially when you're trying to serve them.
It's usually when they have a very unique accent. So I was watching this thing. It was like something to do with Australian Bondi Beach or something like that. But there was a woman then. She was originally from Japan, but she also had an Australian accent. So that was really strange to listen. It was wonderful to listen to, but at the same time, it was so unusual. And yeah, I think it's when you get a mixture of things which don't seem to click, but they kind of do, and you can't stop listening to it.
Idiocracy is funny because it turned real. No, it's 500 years too early. Everyone I know has an accent.
Idris Elba is gorgeous. I love Idris Elba.
All right. Always phonetically spelling it for sales reps. That sounds like a sex thing. Yeah, but it's a really good film. It's still very funny. If you want a random film, it's not the same, but if you've never seen it, you really need to, because it's something me and Mrs. Sick quote at each other all the time. Brain Candy.
Oh my god.
It's by a comedy group called Kids in the Hall. And it's wild.
It's really good.
It's super, super quotable.
It's very, very 90s.
It's very, very 90s. And it has, for a film with a lot of cross-dressing in it, it's shockingly progressive.
Oh, yeah.
In it. It doesn't draw attention to it. Like, it just guys playing women in it. And they're just there, and they just are women. And it's like, fine. It's a really good movie. There's even a bit about a character being gay, and like they have a parade for them, and then it ends with him being lifted into the air saying "I'm gay," and then everyone goes "Who cares?" and they just fucking leave. It's like ideal. It's very good. I absolutely love that film. It just makes me laugh every time. I've never found a good quality copy of it though. I love Kids in the Hall from my hometown. You like locking kids in halls? That makes it sound.
Oh my god.
Whitest kids you know, older stuff is still funny. Okay. Toronto represent. Sure, it takes 500 years. Florida, hold my beer. I saw a video alternating between Terry Crews bit in Idiocracy and Hulk Hogan's recent appearance at the RNC. Hilarious. Oh, God.
I have to see that.
I fuck it. It's like everyone's like giving him shit, and he pulls out a machine gun and goes, and everyone's silent. That's what I thought. That's so funny. Weirdest film I ever saw was Bubba Hotep. Well worth a look if you're a Bruce Campbell fan. I like certain things that Bruce Campbell's in. I really, really need to rewatch both Evil Dead and Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness is just peak though.
Yeah. It's just a film I just haven't watched it in ages. I think we watched it once and we went, that was brilliant. And then we just never watched it again.
Yeah, but we do that.
No, but there's certain films we do that with. But there's certain films I watch all the... I think they just haven't turned up on fucking streaming services. I think it's just...
Yeah, probably.
I'll have to find it and put it in my special magic
in
box
my collection.
Yeah.
I would like to have a better collection of like
exactly.
just good
he ripped
movies.
Off his shirt and everything. Oh my god. Who else loves eating dog biscuits? Dogs, mostly. It's usually how that works. Sorry, I fell asleep. What happened? I have the box set for Kids in the Hall TV show. It got donated to the charity shop I worked at in Yorkshire. That's fucking wild. That's so random. And then it never got charitied. It just got stole. I'm not saying that you stole it, but you have it. Eh?
Oh no, we can't put this on the shelves. Oh well.
That was mental. Bruce Campbell as an aged elvish fighting a mummy with a black JFK. Not what I was expecting at all. Is it good? I suppose I should fucking find it and watch it. I can't even remember what the name of the film is. There's been a rash of people bootlegging streaming shows onto YouTube the last month or so. I just watched the One Piece series yesterday. Yeah, we really liked that. It was actually surprisingly fun. And the early bits of the anime, like the actual anime, is really hard work to watch. There's good shit in it. There's some fucking moments, but it is long and it is slow and it is full of filler, full of stuff that doesn't need to be there. As much as I know people will always say, "Oh, the original's much better," like that. The fucking Netflix One Piece was shockingly good, and even people who liked it, even people who liked the original, a lot of them liked it. So good. Current news is that all the people who bought movies from Redbox just lost access to them. Oof. Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah, I think piracy already is coming back in a pretty big way. And as people get more and more used to having like massive storage servers and shit just in their house.
Sorry, best Egyptian anime, Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, that's not inaccurate. There we go. Redbox sounds like an STD. I think it's the results of an STD. To be honest, I thought Redbox didn't exist anymore. There's also the whole thing with fucking stuff people bought on their PlayStations getting fucking just evaporated. You know, we decided a while ago, once I got a big server to work off of, and it was just sat there with a lot of space on it, that we should start putting things we like from various, even if it's currently on a platform, we'll put it on there just in case. I do try and buy movies. Like movies I try and buy, especially shit I really like. Like I bought Mob Psycho 100, which is just one of the best things. It's on Netflix at the moment. Watch it. It's just good. Even if you're not into anime, watch it. I think it's that good.
Sorry, Sir Sick, what is your educational background? I now unask this question.
My educational background is my butthole.
He went to school.
I have an education. There you go. Referring to Statham without referring to his hair is very classy, sir. Well, I don't tend to refer to things that people can't tend to control about themselves. It's like not fair. It's his piss poor American accent that pisses me off. He could do a better job, but he doesn't. Or he could not do it. I have a theoretical degree in education. Is 9,000? You mean over 9,000 or what? Why do you hate on Flat Earth? I don't hate on it. It's just wrong. You can't hate something that's hilarious and stupid. One movie I plan to buy is Deadpool Wolverine. I plan on watching it at some point. I don't know if I'll buy it. Depends if it's any good.
We still need to watch The Boys.
We do. I may or may not have watched it on my own, but I'm perfectly happy to watch it again. We still need to watch through all of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my god, there's so many though.
Yeah.
We need to get to the bit where he just goes, bullshit.
A bullshit. A bullshit. Derivative. This I like. Yeah. Mrs. Sick went to an art thing at the kids' school, and I was like, you need to do that. Just walk down a corridor of children's paintings and then get to ours.
It was very tempting.
Sir Sick went to night school. Fuck.
See what he did there?
Well, whenever me and Mrs. Sick go to hotels, I always ask for a room for 2 nights. Happy poopy day. Every day is poopy day.
Not for me, isn't?
What's your spaghetti policy?
Spaghetti?
I don't fucking know. It's to insert it into hot dogs and then cook the hot dogs with the spaghetti strands through it.
Ugh. Oh god, why would you do that?
I don't know, but fuck you for asking.
Hot dogs are gross.
Yeah, Mrs. Sick does not like hot dogs. She likes expensive ones.
Because they're just sausages.
Not really. Not there's the ones that are still very hot doggy.
Do you like Crocs? Yes, crocodiles are fine.
Do I like the shoe though? No.
Forgiven spaghetti.
Some guy on our street in Dublin has a full portrait of Danny DeVito in his front window. Very random. Beautiful. And what you don't realise is that some guy on the street in Dublin just has Danny DeVito in his house. And he comes and he stands at the window every time he sees you coming. Sounds like something he'd do. That sounds horrific. I must try it. I've never tried it. I've seen it. So if anybody ever asks you a very strange question, forgiven spaghetti, fuck you.
That's what I literally just said though.
I didn't hear you.
I know you don't listen to me.
Spaghetti burgers. I don't know what that would be. Like, not ravioli. The fucking, what goes on spaghetti?
Meatballs?
Bolognese. Bolognese burgers would be tasty. I do like a good bolognese.
Tagliatelle.
Oh. You can't eat fucking pasta.
No,
anyway.
I can
not
get
good pasta.
I can
anyway.
get gluten-free one though.
Yeah, but it's not very good, is it?
I don't know. They'll taste all the same.
I'll take
to
a
me.
photo. Just take the image itself. I think you should steal it. Then you'll have your very own Danny DeVito. Don't take my advice. Bad advice. Fix hot dogs with spaghetti for hair. Say you are serving macrobacteria. That's fucking ridiculous. I love it. My friend had a life-size cutout of Jeremy Kyle for a bit. Creepiest shit I've ever seen. Why Jeremy Kyle? I haven't heard of Jeremy Kyle in like a decade.
The last thing I remember him, he was judging somebody for being adulterous when he was an adulterer himself.
All I remember about him is someone shouting, "Get a job!"
Oh yeah,
get a job! I've got a job. Get another one. Although I think that might have been a parody. Still fucking funny.
Yeah, rice noodles are really nice. I like those.
Rice noodles are super fucking filling.
They're very tasty.
Crazy filling, like illegally.
They have a really nice texture to them.
What's an Italian's favourite party game? Pasta parcel. Do you know what? Just because of that, I'm ending this stream 20 seconds early. This is all Yana's fault, everyone. Say goodbye. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.